Hello and welcome back. I am Sam, your lead tutor. It is not routing protocols or firewall rules. It is skill 56. This skill is about identifying and collating stakeholder needs in relation to computer network requirements. It is easy to get lost in the technical details, IP addresses, VLANs, bandwidth. But remember, a network exists to solve human problems. If you build the most advanced, technically perfect network in the world, but it doesn't let the sales team make video calls, you have failed. Our goal today is to turn you into a requirements detective. We are going to learn how to uncover what the business actually needs, not just what they say they want. Let's use my scaffold and ascend method to break this down. The core of this skill is two actions: identify and collate. First, identify. You need to find out who the stakeholders are. It is not just your boss. It is the end users, the security team, the finance department. You need to discover what they need to do their jobs. Second, collate. You can't just keep this information in your head. You need to gather it into a single, structured source of truth, a requirements document. The biggest challenge you will face is translation. A stakeholder will say, the internet is slow. They are speaking business. You need to translate that into network language. Is it bandwidth, latency, or packet loss? Step 1 is identifying your stakeholders. Who actually cares about this network upgrade? First, the sponsor. This is usually a manager or director. They pay the bills. They care about value for money and return on investment. Second, the user. These are the people on the ground. They care about speed, reliability, and ease of use. If the Wi-Fi drops, they are the ones who complain. Third, the compliance or security officer. They don't care about speed, they care about safety. They need firewalls, logs, and encryption. Finally, don't forget the operations team, the people who have to fix it when you move on. They need manageability and good documentation. Step 2 is asking the right questions. Never ask a stakeholder, what router do you want? They don't know, and it's not their job to know. Instead, ask, what are you trying to achieve, or what is stopping you from working efficiently right now? I use a technique called the 5 whys. If a stakeholder says, I need a 10 gigabit link, ask, why? They might say, because backups are too slow. Ask, why, again. Because we back up the entire server every hour. Now you have found the root cause. The solution might not be a bigger pipe, it might be a smarter backup strategy. By digging deeper, you save money and solve the real problem. Step 3 is collating these needs into categories. We split them into functional and non-functional requirements. Functional requirements describe what the network does. For example, the Wi-Fi must support 500 concurrent users, or the VPN must allow remote access for the sales team. Non-functional requirements describe how the network behaves. This includes things like availability. It must be up 99.99% of the time, performance, latency must be under 20 ms, and security. You also need to capture constraints. These are the limits you have to work within, like, the budget is £10,000, or, we must use our existing Cisco equipment. Documenting these prevents arguments later. Let's see this in action. A client is moving to a new office. The CEO says, I want the best Wi-Fi. You translate this. You identify that best means high-density coverage because they do a lot of video calls. You specify Wi-Fi 6 access points. The finance director says, don't spend too much. You translate this into a hard constraint, a budget cap of £20,000. You collate all of this into a requirements specification document. This document links the human need, video calls, to the technical solution, cost for voice traffic. It aligns everyone before you buy a single cable. Before you start designing, you must do one final thing, validation. I call this the echo back. Never assume you understood correctly. Present your collated requirements document back to the stakeholders. Say to them, this is what I heard you say. Did I get it right? Walk them through it point by point. You said reliability is more important than speed, correct? Then, get a signature. This is your sign-off. It is your insurance policy. If they come back in 3 months and say, why isn't it faster, you can point to the agreed document where they prioritized reliability. For your portfolio, S56 allows you to demonstrate your communication skills. Use the STAR method. Situation: the marketing team was constantly complaining about slow file uploads, impacting the deadlines. Task: I needed to identify their specific network requirements to propose a fix. Action: I didn't just guess. I interviewed the marketing manager. I identified that they had started filming in 4K video, which meant file sizes had quadrupled. Our existing 100 megabits per second uplink was insufficient. I collated this into a business case for a 1 gigabit per second upgrade. Result: the upgrade was approved, and upload times dropped from hours to minutes. Reflection: I learned that technical monitoring tells you that the link is full, but user interviews tell you why. If you are doing your major project, S56 is the foundation of your report. You need a requirements analysis chapter. Use a standard framework like Moscow, must have, should have, could have, won't have, to prioritize the needs you collated. Crucially, show traceability. In your design section later, link back to this. Right, I selected the Cisco router because it supports the 500 megabits per second VPN throughput identified as a must-have requirement in section 2. This proves that your design is purposeful and driven by business needs, not just random choices. To conclude, Skill 56 is the foundation of every successful project. If you get the requirements wrong, the design will be wrong, no matter how good your config is. Identify the right people, ask the right questions, focus on the why, not the what. Collate everything into a structured document, separating functional from non-functional needs. And always validate before you build. I challenge you to use this on your very next ticket. Don't just read the ticket, call the user and ask, what are you trying to achieve? It will change how you work. Thank you for your focus, and I will see you in the next session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices, just like you, who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com EPA Hub. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.